Like you've never seen him before in HD.
Wild.
In HD.
In real time, baby. How you doing?
How you doing? Another episode of the latest BS, but this time it features actual video recording.
Video and audio, baby. We're just somebody called Geek Squad.
And we figured this out ourselves. No men needed. Just saying.
Period. Women-owned business. Standing on business.
Why am I nervous? I'm like actually looking
I
at
know.
myself now. Like, what do I do? Because I'm always just not even thinking about. All right, let me just relax. Like, seriously, it's not that big of a deal.
Like,
Anyways,
we
I have my
just-
notepad.
Yeah, right? We're just both like laying on the couch, just like
Burrito
sprawled
mode.
out, half naked, just like chilling.
Yep, absolutely. This episode is brought to you by you guys because I put something up on the Instagram and I was like, what are y'all thinking about? Like, what's on your minds? That's my here. Like, just what's on your mind? Because a lot of the stuff we talk about or that Brittany will tell me, like, oh, I have something. It's just something you see that you just like go down a rabbit hole. It just is like you can't get rid of it. That's what we like to talk about.
Not me being like, do we have a sponsor? Like, you didn't tell me we had a sponsor.
No, I need to get on that though. We need a sponsor.
Facts.
Who's it gonna be? Anyone?
Not the person that you're about to say.
No, it's not. Guys, where's my phone? I have an update. Okay, so you may remember from the last, I feel like we've 2 episodes I've talked about it, that this company would not pay me the commission that I had so hard earned, okay?
Sketchy.
And the last time we said something, I think was after I sent the email that Brittany helped me craft, basically saying, look, we've been going in circles since August. Either you're going to pay me or you're not. My manager said same thing. She backed me up. She was like, this is ridiculous. So on December 19th, the lady said, yes, working on getting this fixed. Okay, well, we've heard that like 25 times.
Period.
And then my manager said, yeah, can we have this rectified and paid out by the end of the quarter? AKA the end of the month, the year, basically, because we're going into January. That's a new quarter, baby. And January 4th, still nothing. So
Wow.
I took it upon myself. I said, hi, happy new year.
Hi.
Would love to get an update on this issue. Thanks. Hi, the person. Hi, I'll get it fixed this week. Are you able to forward me all of our contracts you have on your end so I can audit with mine? My manager. We've sent over the agreements numerous times and this has been going in circles. We really don't appreciate the constant stalling. Please refer to the earlier messages in the thread and our initial campaign thread to review the contract we had in place.
Period.
Because honestly, like,
Right.
we've sent it so many times now. Then she basically said, I understand. Some of the contracts were done prior to my knowledge and awareness. As you can imagine, it's hard for me to keep with the contracts. I skimmed my inbox in order to ensure I have all the contracts, blah, 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 blah. And then my manager said, look, you were the campaign manager for both of her contracts or how many there were. You were handling her account this entire time.
Right.
So nothing was done without you. You should know what's going on. You should have the contracts. It's not like you weren't in the loop for all of this. Like,
Right.
and so then I think my manager like sent them again, and then she finally said thanks and like forwarded it, I guess, to the accounting department and said they'll get it processed. And then on January 8th they said, okay, I've like sent in the payment or something, sent it in to get processed.
Finally. Yes, ma'am. She's getting her check.
She's getting paid. Yeah,
She's securing
literally
the bag.
only had to pull teeth and cry to try to get it, but
Honestly, blood, sweat, and tears. Now you can like you physically and emotionally earned that money.
seriously. And at first I was like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'll just wait. Like August, September, October, like surely they're going to rectify this because I loved working with this company and I loved their products. But now I just like have a bad taste in my mouth and I just can't use their stuff anymore because they obviously don't care about me at all.
Right. I want her to name drop so bad.
I know, but I feel like people can guess because I don't use their stuff anymore and I
True.
used to.
Valid.
And some people have guessed in my comments. I leave the comments up because, like, who am I?
I'm just messy.
Yeah, it's free speech, baby. But yeah, I don't use their stuff anymore.
But hey,
And-
you're getting your check, babe. That's all that matters.
Yeah, maybe once I get the check, I'll name drop. I just like need those digits in the bank account.
Ooh, facts. Do it and then drop.
Yeah. So That's the update if any of you guys just couldn't sleep at night without knowing the answer.
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm on the ground. I'm actually sitting. I forget that they can see us now. I'm actually on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
Real.
Okay, should we start with the men?
Why?
That was the question was, why are men?
That's the question. Why are men?
Why are they? And this girl said, I'm tired of getting strung along. Honestly, we both wish we had better answers for you, I'm sure.
For real.
But it's always just like, don't try not to care as much. And it's so hard. But like, if you have one great date with them, or you have one great night with them, whatever it is, and you feel like, oh my gosh, like this could be the one, because we're girls, that's what we do. Like, we get strung along like it's our job. That's just how we operate. They do one sweet thing, they kiss us on the forehead. The first time we're with them, we're like, oh my God.
Like, I literally, our wedding is going to be in April. Like, my colors are going to be eggshell and seafoam. I don't know.
It's just what we do.
Because I just feel like as women, we're just like genetically programmed to, and almost kind of like an anticipation for a man to mess up.
Yeah, and we just want to think the best so bad that it's like, okay, well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this time. Like, maybe he does mean it. Maybe he does really want to see me again. Like, maybe he did mean it when he was like stroking my hair and just like doing all those sweet, tiny little things that you're like, oh, he wouldn't do that if he didn't like me, right?
Right.
Obviously, he wouldn't do that.
Right.
No. A friend of mine recently hooked up with a guy, and the first night they were together, he mentioned that he had 16 bodies. Now, he had only lost his virginity 2 years prior to this conversation that happened like 2 weeks ago. Perfect. So no judgment, but obviously he has experience. Yeah. Like that's all that it comes down to. Obviously he has experience.
Been around the block a time or two.
Right. And my friend was like, oh, okay, and just kind of continued on with her night. He was really sweet to her, so sweet, just everything. And she left thinking, wow, I can't wait to get to know this guy. I just really feel different about him. Maybe he meant everything that he said. Turns out, total loser. Simply was only acting that way because he slept with 16 girls. And he knows exactly what to do. Mm-hmm. So it's like, sometimes when someone tells you who they are, like, you can't be mad at them for being who they are.
Right.
So yeah, getting strung along, I think it's just part of it, unfortunately. But my friend was just like, I just have to not care. Like, I can't let him overtake all my emotions and like suck this out of me and let me, make my days bad and just like ruin my week. I can't give him the power to do that, because that's honestly, absolutely ridiculous.
It's we're just 2 of your older sisters or younger sisters, whatever. We're just here to tell you, like, all in all, just know your worth. That's really it. Just like know your worth and pay attention to your gut.
Yes.
Pay attention to the red flags. They're not pink. They're not green. They are red. They are red for a reason. Mm-hmm. Pay attention. If you have any sort of uneasy feeling, because 9 times out of 10, your gut is right. 9 times out of 10. So it's like, and then worst case scenario, not even worst case scenario, but just communication. Just be like, hey, it's all about communicating. If you're unsure about something, ask. And then if they, open the door and they say, hey, or if they even don't communicate, that's a red flag in itself. If they don't know how to communicate, that's a huge red flag. You need to be with somebody who's not going to leave you unsure. You've met the right person when you don't sit there and you don't question everything.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to be thinking, like, does he mean this or does he mean that? Mm-hmm. Or is he not answering me because he's busy and it's been 2 days? Like, that's just not the vibe. And I feel like the answer is just to, like, care less, withhold a little bit. You know, if you're just getting to know him and it's only been a couple of weeks, don't expect as much. Like, that you have to unfortunately go into it with zero expectations.
Right.
Let him prove to you that he is the guy. Let him show you. Earn that trust. Do all of that before you start to like fall head over heels. Obviously easier said than done, but whatever.
Do you know what's been going around lately that I've been seeing?
Oh my god, what?
It's like I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen people talk about it, but I actually haven't like physically seen it yet. I say yet because you never know. Guys lately are starting to kind of like twist the narrative and be like, what do you bring to the table?
Oh my gosh. Simone Biles.
Dude.
Did you see that?
I saw a little bit. Basically, like, he matched with her on, like, I think was it Raya or something, like the celebrity dating app, and he was like, who is this? Like, blah, blah. And I'm like,
He literally
astronomically for real right now.
He went on a podcast and said, the guy was like, how did you pull Simone Biles? They were talking about football. Did we talk about this in the last episode?
No.
Okay.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. But
No,
maybe
we
I've
didn't.
maybe I've just been like screaming this from the rooftops, and it just sounds so like I've said it so many
Insane.
times.
Right.
He went on a podcast. They're talking about football. The guy is like, okay, cut. Everyone wants to know, how did you pull Simone Biles? That's what
Right.
we're really here to talk about. He said, well, the better question is, how did she pull me? I'm the catch. I'm the prize.
If you hear a rolling sound, those are my eyes rolling on the floor because I've rolled them so hard that they are out of my skull. Ah!
Simone is in the room as well. Like, she's listening.
No way. I didn't
She's-
know that part.
She's listening to the whole podcast.
Daggone.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's freaking crazy.
Did you know that people went back on his Twitter back to like 2012? Because I think Simone was in the 2016 Olympics. Yeah. And they found out that, oh, I don't know nothing about gymnastics. I don't really watch the Olympics like that. Blah, blah. 2012, he's tweeting like, why are there Asian people on the U.S. gymnastics team? Or why is the coach Asian? Or something like that. Just like ridiculously rude and disgusting things.
Perfect.
But obviously he knows about the Olympics. Obviously he cares about gymnastics. And then he's sitting here saying, oh, I don't really watch that stuff.
What's gymnastics?
Sorry, what?
That's freaking crazy. Men have nothing but the audacity, and it makes me so angry. Like, the one thing that I wrote down is, like, don't let anyone tell you or ask, what do you bring to the table? If a man ever sat me down and said, what do you bring to the table? I'd be like, me.
Yeah.
I am the prize. I am here giving you the time of day. That's freaking crazy.
That's like going to a job interview and they're like, what are your strengths and weaknesses? That's just like the worst, most classic, typical question. Like,
yes.
There's never, you're obviously looking for something. You're looking
Right.
for them to say a certain thing. Like, don't you just want to feel it out? Like, don't you want to see what I bring to the table? Like, why?
Right. Don't you want to see if our personalities are compatible? If, like, I fulfill your needs and you fulfill my needs equally? We're both pulling the same amount of weight?
Yeah.
You know, like a relationship? That's crazy. That's crazy. The concept of it? Heck on it. I hate it here.
I haven't seen that stuff on TikTok. What are guys saying?
It's just, like, of course, it's just these dudes on podcasts. Oh. You know what I mean? Like
Men having podcasts.
The alpha male, the alpha male podcasts, basically being like, oh yeah, you know, you don't want to waste your time, King. Like, what does she bring to the table? What could she do for you? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's almost like, did you watch the Barbie movie?
No.
Okay, well, there's you've probably seen the audio on TikTok, or like maybe you have, I don't know, but there's like a whole monologue. I can't remember like the actual woman's, like the actress's name, but she basically just goes into this whole monologue of how like being a woman is exhausting because of the fact that, you know, you have to be pretty but not too pretty, you have to be skinny but not too skinny, and things like that. And it's just like, and it's like societal, what society deems, I guess, like a woman's role, I guess. Like, I mean, I'm trying to gain my train of thought here, but you know, if
I think I saw, she's like, be skinny but not too skinny, and like you want to have like figure but not a full figure, you know.
Exactly.
I think it's the girl from Ugly Betty.
Yes, it is. Yes. So she, you know, goes into this whole tangent, and it's like, you know, in reality, like everybody has a choice in how they want to live their life. If you want to do the more like traditional, quote unquote, traditional role, and, you know, be like the stay-at-home mom and cook and clean, like if that's what you want to do, like I love that for you, because that's your choice. Nobody has put that responsibility on you, kind of thing. But it's like, I just feel like women can never win, because men have these expectations of like, oh, you have to cook and clean, but you also have to be independent and make your own money. It's like, oh, you have to have kids and raise them and take care of them, but you also have to go to work and get money too, because I'm not going to pay for you. Like you're not going to rely on me, kind of thing. And it's exhausting. So when men turn around with these narratives saying, oh, well, what can they do for me? Hello? What can't they do for you? Are you serious?
That is the better question. What can't they do?
What can't they do for you? If you find a woman that you don't vibe together, that doesn't mean she isn't as much of a woman as somebody else who does vibe with you.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, rant over.
We got another good question on the Instagram, and someone said, what do you do when everyone hates one of your friends' boyfriends and you hate him too?
Been there, done that.
Yeah, we both have stories.
We do.
What's your experience, Queen?
So basically, a friend of mine, she was with a guy who was like not even low-key abusing her, but like abusing her. And I just remember she would come to me in tears being like, he did XYZ, he said this to me, he said that to me, obviously not giving details, but, you know, and then she would come to me crying and sobbing and being like, I don't know what to do. And then, you know, I would sit there and I would console her and give her advice and talk to her and be like, you know your worth, you're worth more than this. Why are you having this person like talk to you like this, blah, 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 whatever. And then next thing you know, she'd say, you know what, you're so right, like I'm so done with him, like he sucks, blah blah blah, like I deserve so much better than this, and yada yada yada. And then the next day she'd be like, oh, we talked about it, we're good now. And I'm like,
Are you though?
I'm like, are you though? I'm like, what did he buy you, and what did he say to you? Like those were my two questions. I'm like, what did he buy you? Did he buy you something? And what did he say to you to gaslight you and manipulate you into being like, oh yeah, everything's fine? Like that, no, like that's not. So it you know, the things that I wrote down, because one thing that's like super important is that you can't force them to take your advice. You can say it till you're blue in the face, but it's up to them to actually process it and take your advice. So it's really important to set boundaries. I ended up having to set a boundary, and I was like, I love you so much, but I cannot do this anymore. Like, I can't sit back and watch you go through this anymore. You know how I feel. I'm going to be here for you no matter what, but you know how I feel. And this is just like a teeter-totter back and forth game, and I don't want to do it anymore. I don't have the mental capacity or energy to deal with it anymore. I don't.
Yeah. Like, you're going to be there, but you're not going to entertain it anymore.
Absolutely. Like, I was there for her consistently. I said, don't take this as, you know, me saying that I'm never going to talk to you again, or that I'm never going to be your friend again, or that you can never come to me about this. That's not what I'm saying. But I basically told her, I was like, I'm not going to give you advice anymore.
Because, like, you're not taking it.
Because I'm repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. And when it comes to stuff like this, when it comes to knowing your worth, I am a very tough love kind of friend. I tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. Like, if I see abuse happening, there is no talking it through. There is no, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. Like, that, no. If I see abuse happening, then I'm like, you need to get out of that situation and then do something. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
That
For
part.
real. Mm-hmm. You can. So,
I mean, how did it end for her? Like, how did it eventually get solved?
Eventually they ended things. Eventually it took a while, but I think that it got to the point where like the breakup was so bad, it was ugly. And
Like
of
it
course
dragged.
like it just dragged on forever. Like one night he's like, you're useless, no one's ever gonna love you. To I love you so much the next day. And it's just like the emotional manipulation and the emotional abuse is just it's so bad. So it got to the point where I think that I honestly, it was so long ago that I don't remember how it ended, but I just know that it dragged out and it was so bad. But once she finally did it, I was like, it's about freaking time.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God. And I basically was like, what do you need me to do to ensure that you don't go back? So then I was just there for her and I supported her, and now she is in the most healthy and loving relationship she's ever been in. Slay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in that situation too. Mm-hmm. One of my best friends, my best friend, she was dating the lowest of the low. Like this kid had no redeeming qualities.
Perfect.
At all. But I'm pretty sure it was her first boyfriend, and so I think she just wanted to see the best in him so bad. But I remember specifically, it was the summer, like we were at the beach or the lake or something like that, and this kid was doing like an internship of some sort, and he was like going door to door and like selling stuff, and he would tell her that he was just too tired to like get on his phone at all for days on end. Days.
Yikes.
She wouldn't hear from him. And then when she would say like, hey, what's going on? Like, do you mind maybe texting me?
Calling me, like at least like
do you mind speaking to me? Like,
is there like sending a flare gun, like something? He's
like, don't stress me out. Like you're making this worse. Like I'm actually really having a tough time right now with these door-to-door sales, and I will get to you when I can.
Don't stress me out.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm not laughing.
Oh no, it was hilarious.
I'm laughing at like the audacity. That's really what I'm laughing.
And I was like trying my best not to laugh at her, because I'm like hearing this stuff and I'm reading it at face value.
Right.
She is wearing rose-colored glasses, so she's just like, he's really tired, and I'm like, okay.
So are we, babe.
Yes,
so
are we. Exactly. And
on it.
I remember one time my college friends came in town, and I really wanted her to meet them, and we were out. I think we went to dinner, and then we were going to go bowling or something. Fun. And as soon as dinner was over, she was like, hey, like I got a dip because he's going to call me tonight, and I haven't talked to him in a couple days. And I just like, he's just going to call me, and he wants me to like be home, and I was like, sorry,
I'm sorry.
He's flying in. Like, why do you have to leave? Like, what do you mean? Why do you have to take a call? Why can't you just, and I understand, like, if I was that deep into that relationship and was like really seeing it the way she was seeing it, I would want to talk to him any chance I could possibly get, because I'm like, I like this kid a lot. He won't give me any attention, and now he's like got it out. Oh, fishy, like here's a little bait. Like, you want to talk to me? Like, leave your friends.
Right. The manipulation.
And so she did, and I don't remember how it ended, but it got to the point where she didn't even talk to me about the relationship anymore. We were both in college at the time, at different colleges, and so we weren't really seeing each other anyways. And it just was kind of like the perfect storm for us to like not really talk as much. Right. We didn't get in a fight, but I think I knew she was going through some stuff, and I just was like, you're gonna have to find your way out of this one, because I couldn't offer her any more advice than what I had given her, other than like leave him, dump him, take him out like the trash type of thing.
Right.
And so at one point, her parents gave her some book, and I think it was just about relationships and like maybe how to navigate them or whatever. And I remember thinking, I'm like, no, she doesn't need that. So before we got on here, I was talking to Brittany about it, and I said, don't help them through it. help them out of it.
Facts.
So that would be my thing. If your friend is going through this terrible relationship and they are the only person who doesn't see it, but everyone else does, be like, hey, I can't help you through this because we don't agree on what's happening, but I can help you out of it. So when you're ready, I'll help you out of it.
Facts.
But I cannot navigate you through this anymore.
Exactly.
Like, hands off.
Right. Like, because at that point, like, there's really nothing. Like, there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can do to change their mind. And it's just, like, you just got to tread lightly. Like, tread lightly, set boundaries, but then at the same time, like, they came to you for a reason, so don't be afraid. Like, if they actually come to you, then don't be afraid to tell them what they need to hear.
Yeah.
For real.
It's hard out here.
It really
is. And now we're able to look back on it and we just laugh at him and all of his disgusting antics, and we're just like, wow, he's such a sorry man.
Growth.
Disgusting. Though you'll be, and that's the good part too, is like most of the time you guys will be able to laugh about it later. So like just hang on, be there for your friend, just like tell him you'll help him out of it, but you can't walk him through this right now, but you can laugh about it later.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
We love to see it.
We really do love to see it. People getting out of toxic relationships.
It's a beautiful thing.
Should we talk about Gypsy Rose?
Let's do it. Free my girl Jip Jip. Have you seen that people are calling her Jip Jip?
Yes. Did you see that she posted on her Instagram a keep calm and ignore the haters thing, and people were like it's so cute. Like, she really is back in 2014, but like she's just getting acclimated. Like she's just got out here in the real world. So like when she went in, like maybe the keep calm memes were the thing.
Right. Like the keep calm memes, the Snapchat filters. I'm like, she's really out here living her life, Miss Jip Jip.
I'm so happy for her. We both have gotten comments like on our TikToks and Instagrams and stuff of people being like, I guess I've mentioned her one time, you did too. People being like, but she helped murder her mom.
It's like,
okay,
but if you've never been in her shoes, then you wouldn't know, because the mom lied about her age. She was like 19 when she found out all of this crap. So for the first almost 20 years of her life, she was medically, emotionally, mentally, physically manipulated
and abused
by the only person who she could rely on. The only person. So that was her only way out. Do I condemn murder? No. But it's just in the circumstances, like, you have no idea what was going through her brain. No idea. Like, it's insane when people are like, she could have just called the police. I'm like, be astronomically for real. No. I don't know if y'all watched The Act on Hulu, but there was a part where a social worker came to her house and like her mom completely pulled the wool over their eyes. 100%.
Like, so for you to say, oh, just call the police, and you think that would have solved her problem, okay, maybe they could have opened a report, or filed something, but like, that takes weeks, that takes months, that doesn't remove her from her personal hell immediately like she needed to be removed, you know?
Exactly.
So I also saw that she said, I was so excited. I don't know if she said I was excited to go to prison, but she was like, I actually felt more free in prison than I did my entire life.
Wild.
She was actually having a great time. Like,
thriving.
She was straight up having a better time in prison than being with her mom. The one person who's supposed to love and nurture and take care of her. That's how bad it was. So no, we don't condone murder, but she served her time. The judge said, this is what you got to do, and then you're a free woman. So she's a free woman to me now. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, we have to just throw stones at her continually because she still did this in her past. That's not how I'm looking at it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her.
I am too, honestly. And like, probably, I feel like prison was probably the best thing for her. Just kind of being in like a confined space, so she just has time to like physically process everything. that's my thought process through it all. Is like,
and slowly as well.
Slowly, because how many years was she in? I don't even
like
know.
8.
Yeah, so that's a long time. I will say though, one thing is that all of this like media attention, and some of these interviewers are asking her super invasive questions.
Oh, really?
Just like, just kind of like pushing the boundary and like trying to get her to talk about her trauma. And I'm like, she needs to talk to her therapist if she has one.
I think I saw a clip from The View when they were asking her like what, like real stuff, trying to get her to talk about her mom and her the abuse and stuff like that.
Right. It's like, that's like pushing it a little bit, because I'm like, girl, like she just got out like what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like it's almost been a month. Yeah, like the 28th, it'll be a month. So like it's kind of insane. So I feel like she needs to take a break from the limelight and just chill.
Hopefully they're doing like a media tour and then confining themselves to like their house, because like she's finally getting to see her husband. Like she married this guy in prison. Can you imagine? I'm way too needy for that.
Facts.
Way too needy.
I couldn't. It's but it works for them. So that's fine. They're so cute. I can't stand it. There's like, they love each other so much, and I'm just like,
I think it's precious. Every interview I've seen, he's hyping her up, she's hyping him up. Like it seems really pure and sweet.
And I love that like she has him to lean on, and that she's not just like out of prison and like in the world by herself.
Oh yeah, that'd be scary.
That would be terrifying. So, yeah, that's our 2 cents about Gypsy Rose. We love you, Jip Jip.
All good. All good for me in my books.
We love you, girl.
Okay. Someone said, people in social media, are they who they say they are in real life? I personally have never had a bad experience with someone I've met through, like, I've only met Kaylee and Beth Ann. Right. They're like the famous people I've met from social media. They were exactly how they are on TikTok in real life. So like that's all that I have to go off of. But you met more people with Pink Lily, right?
Well, sort of, yeah. So with Pink Lily, yes, but that was just kind of like a couple people. But like the bigger one was when I went to the ACM Awards last May.
Oh yes,
and we talked about this like forever ago in a previous podcast episode. But I was with like Markel Washington. We're name dropping because they're like, I have nothing bad to say about them. Absolutely nothing. So like Markel Washington was there, and like Mackenzie and Braden were there, and like another Mackenzie and I think Darius. I think that's the name. Darian. Darian. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Darian. So
I love all of them.
Like they are so great. And then the dude that I can't remember his name, and I feel so bad because here I am name dropping, and the guy who's like the guy who dresses up as Willy Wonka, like the Willy Wonka thirst trap guy.
Yeah,
he's got like 20 million followers. So like, I was surrounded by these like huge names in social media, and the only quote unquote difference was financial. That's it. Like they were dripped out designer. Markel literally had his stylist like fly in his outfit for the red carpet. Oh yeah, he was on the phone with his stylist being like, oh my god, like is it gonna be here on time? Like it showed up that morning of the red carpet to the hotel.
Oh my gosh.
Like insane, right? So other than that was the only kind of like, that's when I like had imposter syndrome, because I was like, this dress is like $30 from Amazon, you know what I mean? And like this purse is from DSW on sale, you know what I mean? So like that's the only kind of like very like, oh, I kind of feel out of my element. And there was a story. So we were in Dallas, right? And I've never been to Texas before. That was the first time that I'd ever been there. And everybody was kind of like, we were all together in the lobby before we were going upstairs, because we spent every waking moment together for like 4 or 5 days straight, or not, like maybe 3 or 4 days. So there was one night that like, hey, like after the red carpet, after the award show, there was like an after party. They were talking about like after the after party kind of vibe. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's midnight, I'm exhausted, but like, it's fine. So like, I'm tired, y'all, but it's hey, I can hang. Maybe. So before we like, I can't remember why we were back at the hotel, but we were back at the hotel to change to go to something. And they said, they were like, hey, you know, we heard about this club in Dallas, like downtown Dallas. Like it's really cool. I think it was in Dallas. Like, yeah, we're thinking about going to this club and like maybe seeing if we can get a booth, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I've never been to like a legit nightclub before. Like I've only been to like a couple like dance spots in downtown Richmond, but those are ratchet and I don't go back. But it's like I've never been to in a booth before.
Yeah.
So like I was completely out of my element. So I sat there. And they were all saying like, yeah, you know, like maybe we can get a booth, and like, yeah, like it should be maybe around like $200-300. And I was like, and in my head I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, like split 12 ways. I was like, that's like what, me like not being able to do math at the moment, being like, yeah, that's like $10-15, like I'm down. And then I heard through the grapevine, I said this in my head because I wasn't gonna say it out loud, and then Darian, he went, each, okay, heard. I was like, each.
And he was fine with that.
I was like, I would have to dip into my savings account to like that is an investment opportunity. I would, and so literally an investment. I was like, I said each. I said, what the heck are we are we getting like a 5-course meal? What are we doing? I am wearing an Amazon dress. What makes you think that I can afford a $300 slot in a booth? And
what does that get you? Do you get alcohol?
I have no idea. It ended up not happening. I think it ended up not happening because the after party ended up going a lot longer, and they had a lot of activities, so it was actually a lot of fun. So but yeah, it just kind of went a little what's the award show, like the social media award show? It's not like
Streamies.
The Streamies. I met the guy who's like in charge of the Streamy Awards or whatever. He was a hot mess, but he was talking about, so that was fun. Oh. Yeah. And I was like, I'm good. Appreciate the offer. But
so nice of you to be hospitable like that.
It's that Southern hospitality, but it's not, it's not up to me.
It's not going to work for me.
I'm going to have to talk to my manager. No, but but yeah, so I just remember having that moment, and I just kind of went, yeah, like I was like in the group, but like everybody was talking, and I was like, yeah, sounds great. Yeah,
literally like, Mom, can you front me $20?
Facts. And so I literally went upstairs into my hotel room, and I just sat on the bed, and I was like, face mask time. Like, I am not doing that. Absolutely. Like, respectfully, I'm gonna have to decline. Because that's what my credit card is going to do. Decline. No, I'm just kidding. But actually, no. But it was
dipping into the savings for a Dallas club is just not on my list of things that will be happening.
Humbling. I definitely considered calling my dad and being like, "Hey, can you like front me some cash for real?"
Listen, I've got a great opportunity for you, Dad.
This is an investment opportunity. You may want to hear about
my future.
Exactly. But I was like, I can't. I was like, I cannot do this. I was like, the club scene really isn't my scene anyway. And like, I didn't really know a lot of people. And like, the difference between me and them is that like, I have a traditional 9-to-5 job. So I had to request off of work to go to this. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and they're like, oh, you know, cause I think I mentioned it, and everybody was like, oh, you work full time? I said, yeah, I do. I have like a tradish 9-to-5. Hey, had to get PTO. Hey,
living the American dream. Hey,
literally, like I remember at one point, like I took a business call, like in the middle of like a brunch. Yeah, I did. I answered the phone, and I was like, hey, and I'm like going over prices, and they're all looking at me, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like it was a business call. It's exhausting. I never sleep.
You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
But they were all so nice, right?
Oh, they were so great. They were all so, like, by the end of it, we were all hugging goodbye. Like, it was cool.
That's my thing is, like, why, if you're on social media and you have a platform, why on earth would you go out in public and act a fool?
Facts. To
a fan, to a follower, to an employee, to a manager? why would you act that way?
Right.
Because you know that anyone could recognize you at any point in time.
Exactly.
Why would you risk it?
All they gotta do is whip out a phone and click record, dude, and it's going on TikTok. That's crazy.
And then just anyone could say, I met so-and-so and she was actually a real freaking B word. Like,
right.
I'm not risking that.
Facts.
I mean, I swear I'm a nice person anyways, but like, if you're not a nice person, at least fake it. Don't you just want to not have a scandal? Like,
right.
I don't get it. When I see people getting exposed on TikTok and stuff, I'm like, how did you not think that someone was going to say something? And you have 5 million followers and you are being a complete and total B word to the Starbucks employee because they were out of egg bites. Like, really?
That was so specific. No.
You really thought that no one was going to put the pieces together? Like, come on. Just fake it. Like,
honestly, like, and then I was talking to Sophia before we started recording, and I even said, I was like, listen, if you are known for being a B word in your content, then like own up to it. You know what I mean? Like, have that energy outside of the screen kind of thing. Like, that's really the only exception. Other than that, just like be nice. Daggone. Be nice, like be humble, like that, you know. Sit down and be humble, Kendrick.
It's just period. Lyrical genius. And it just seems obvious, you know? It seems like common sense.
Right.
Don't be rude.
You can't fix stupid.
Seriously. Okay. Someone said, someone said plastic surgery. That's all I said, plastic surgery.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if this means, because I said, what are you thinking about, was the question box, the title. So maybe this person's thinking about plastic surgery. Or maybe they're just asking our opinions on it.
Right.
My stance, my opinion on plastic surgery should not matter, because you should do whatever you want to do.
Facts.
If you want a BBL, if you want a breast augmentation, if you want a nose job, do it. As long as you want it.
Right.
Your man shouldn't be saying, oh my gosh, all these like porn stars have all these like big boobies. Like, I really wish you had them. And then you feel like you have to go and get no. Come on. Be for real.
The big boobies.
But if you...
Big boobies.
Boobies. If you want it, get it. I don't know. I just feel like it's not my place to have an opinion. I get fillers. I get Botox. So like, I'm on the train 100%. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, I have no work done, nothing besides like the only
Natural
thing.
Queen.
I would never, and that's my choice. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't shame anyone for doing it. Like, that's like a lot. Like, every time that I go live, I always get that question. Like, would you ever get lip fillers? I'm like, no. I would, like, literally
for the 8,000th time.
Like, for the 8 millionth freaking time. Like, no. And I feel like it's just, it's a personal choice. It is a personal choice, and I feel like it's just the compliments are so backhanded. It's exhausting.
Oh my gosh!
It's like, you look great, but it's like, cut out the butt, please.
Or just you would look so great with lip filler.
Right.
It's like so I don't look great now.
So you're saying I'm ugly? Like, that's literally what you're saying, is that you think I'm ugly. It's like, I don't have the money to do that. And even if I did, it's just not something that I'm interested in. And that's not me being like, oh, you're like, Sophie, you're the worst because you get work done. Like, I love that for you. That's something that you love to do. And I think you look amazing.
Keep going.
You're just an amazing beauty queen who can literally never do no wrong. You're perfect, but
no, but for real, like, people shouldn't be upset that you're not doing something they want you to do. Exactly. Like, that's just, it makes no sense.
That's
people
getting
are
it
so
for
pressed.
that's getting it for the wrong reasons, dude.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I think I'm gonna have a freaking aneurysm if somebody says, hey, you look great, but I'm like, God, dude, just take me out. Take me out. My grandma used to say, take me out back and shoot me.
You know what I realized is a life hack for social media that I've been doing a lot?
Tell me.
If I'm on a video, I'm on like a viral video, whatever.
I think I know where this is going.
And I see someone saying something so asinine, so shocking, and so stupid that I cannot get past it, I just block them.
Yeah, literally. I thought you were gonna say just scroll past. But like,
oh no, I just go
better.
ahead and block them. They didn't comment it on my video, but I sure as hell don't want you commenting on my video.
Period.
So I'm gonna go ahead and block you so that we never have to interact ever. Okay?
Exactly.
I saw a lady, she's like a makeup guru on TikTok. She was like, get ready with me to have a mental breakdown or something. She was like crying, like she was not having a good day. Okay,
right.
This person commented, you buy all that makeup and you're still not happy, LOL. I click on their profile, dog mom, nurse, wifey. Blocked.
Were they a mom?
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
God bless America, mother of two. It's like, almost every hate comment that I see, whenever you click, it's like a bunch of emojis, and it's like dog mom, lover. I'm like,
Lover,
liver,
lover, liver, and laugher.
Live, laugh, lover, like peace and love. Like I just, you know what I mean? I'm like, daggone it!
And they're just spewing hate.
Facts, spewing it, and I'm like, are you? Somebody listen to this interaction. Somebody commented on my 2023 recap, and they said. Just looking back at it is making me giggle so hard. I'm gonna break the no phone rule, and I'm gonna go look and see if it's still up, because
oh my gosh, please.
I have to read. Oh, my phone is popping today. Hi, but
okay.
I just have to. I have to see. I have to see if it's still up, because it about freaking killed me. I was laughing so hard. Maybe she deleted it. She should have. That sucked. Oh, she did. She deleted the whole thing. Daggone it! What? She deleted the whole interaction. Honestly, she probably should have. But anyway, so I posted my 2023 kind of like, recap or whatever, and she responded and said, the last picture of you is so bad. Like, with her whole chest. The last picture of you is so bad. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like... So I pulled it up, and I was like, what about it? I was like, what? You know what? I'm going to show it to the people. I was like, what? And so I clicked on her profile, and it said like, mother of two boys, lover, animal lover, like just a bunch of like, after every word was an emoji associated with the word. Just like, this was the picture of me and my lovely, lovely boyfriend.
Okay.
That was the picture. When I smile naturally, like if I'm not thinking about it, I cheese. Like, yeah. I'm cheesing, right? So then I played dumb. And I said, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she was just like, it's a bad picture of you. I said, I'm not following. And she was just like, and she goes, the way that your body looks. I said, I'm still not computing. Can you explain it further, please? Just to see how far she would take it.
Yeah, like go into more detail.
Yeah, I was like, please. I was like, elaborate.
Make yourself look even stupider.
Share with the class. You know what I mean? And she said, no need to be a B word. And I was like,
me?
I know, literally. I was like, ma'am. I said, you are coming onto my profile, and you are deliberately insulting, body shaming me, and deliberately... And I stopped, and I just went, I said, I'm sorry, what? Like, hello? And this woman was like, she goes, I just tend to get defensive when people are coming for me. I was like, I said, you came for me! Huh? Like, it took me, I beg your finest pardon? Like, I'm sorry? Huh? Like, she just kept on. She was like, she goes, I really didn't mean any harm by it. I'm like, you said my body looked weird. Then she went on to say that my arms looked weird, that it's a bad picture of me. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, and I responded back and I said, imagine if you saw a comment like this on one of your children's posts. I said, how would that make you feel?
Mm-hmm.
I said, or if I commented this on a picture that you love. How would that make you feel? Like, a lot of people don't realize that people that are on the internet, they are real people, dude. They're real freaking people. But I'm just sitting like, the whole interaction was so funny because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I wonder how long I can keep this going.
Yeah, like, let's let her dig the hole deeper and deeper.
Exactly, to make her look even more stupid than she already does.
I cannot believe that she said to you, you don't have to be a beep.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I was like, me? I said, are you serious right now?
Cut the cameras.
Where's Ashton Kutcher? Because I'm being punked. Like, for real.
That is insane.
Insane.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure she either blocked me or, like, deleted the comment or something. I don't know, because the comment is not, because I posted about it on TikTok, and I mean, I posted about it on TikTok, and people were coming at her.
Yes. Being like, I love it. I'm so glad you did that.
Being like, your bio, LOL, because, you know, like, I covered the username, but people can go on, it's a free country, people can go on my Instagram and scroll and see who commented it, but I was like, you're calling me the B word when you just told me that I looked bad and you went into detail of why I looked bad? Hello? And that I truly didn't mean any harm by it. There's a big difference between constructive criticism and being a B word. And she was a capital B word.
All caps.
All caps. God bless.
That is unfreaking real.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, I would have loved to light into her.
Unbelievable. I just at this point it made me laugh because I was like,
I mean, serious, it is laughable because it makes no sense.
It doesn't. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Facts.
Dude. That's why I'm like, I block the people. I don't even know them. They haven't come on my profile. They haven't commented anything. But I'm like, if you're going to act like this on someone else's page that you don't know.
Embarrassing.
I don't want you on my page at all. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to go ahead. My block list, hundreds of people.
Same. If there's hundreds. Hey, people, utilize that block button, brother. Like, there are so many people that come across my For You page that I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. Block. Like the people, God, it makes my hair grow on my chest. But like but you know those people that are like, if you come in my live, I'll eat a whole egg. Have you seen that guy?
Oh, that guy. And he literally does nothing except put it in his mouth and crunch it a little bit and spit it back out. I'm like, so what are you eating? Because it's not the egg.
Blocked. Absolutely blocked. Literally, as soon as he said, every time you join a live, I have to eat an egg. Literally, as soon as it says, every time you join, block. Like, I don't even give them an opportunity to finish. Every time you join, nope, block, block. I can't handle it. I can't do it anymore. My block, like, my finger is, like, on fire with how
muscle memory.
Facts.
Yeah.
Ah, man, with the quickness.
Literally do not feel bad about blocking people.
I don't either.
Don't.
Do you know what else should be blocked? This is what I wanted to bring up earlier that Sophia doesn't know about. The different aesthetics. I'm exhausted.
Oh, the mob wife. The mob wife is coming back, guys.
The clean girl aesthetic is out. I don't even know what that is. And the mob wife aesthetic is in. And it's basically just like, wear leather, put your hair up in a bun, and wear red lipstick. And you're a mob wife. Like,
we're leapfrogging too much. You know? Like, we've talked about this before, that like in middle school, trends lasted for so much longer. They would last the whole year.
Yep.
The freaking Abercrombie colored jeans, the whole year,
right?
All of 5th grade had, and the Justice. Like, now it's a month, if that, a few weeks even. Like, and then it's on to the next thing.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Insane. And
how is everyone supposed to keep up with it? Like, you're having to buy a new wardrobe for every aesthetic. So, like, it's just not plausible.
And then you just like, you feel the pressure because you're like, everybody's eating it up, and you're just like, I want to look like that. And which also, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Just because something's popular, if you want to do it, do it. You know what I mean? Like, people say like, oh, like, it's popular, so like, don't do it just because it's popular. If you want to do it just because it's popular, more power to you.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole like, mob wife aesthetic. Now all the leather pants are going to get sold out everywhere. All the fur coats are going to get sold out. All the big hoops are going to get sold out. You know what I mean? So it's like, and the next thing you know, a week later, it's going to be like cottagecore is now in. And then people are going to be rating freaking Shein for floral dresses. You know what I mean? So it's like, daggone. And they're like, I just got the gist of the mob wife. It's like, no. I'm exhausted.
It should be more of a like take everything with a grain of salt thing.
Exactly.
I think it's more about the fact that it makes people feel like they are less than, or they're not cool, or they're not on trend because they're not moving as fast as the trends are moving. You know, like you shouldn't be looking at things on social media and thinking, oh, now I have to go do this.
Right.
Do it if you want to do it.
Absolutely.
If you want to do the mob wife thing, the smudged eyeliner, hot. Love it.
Love it.
But don't do it because you feel like that's what's in and people are telling you to do it. Mm-hmm. That's what you're just like, you're falling victim to it. You're falling right into the trap. Like literally wear whatever you want.
If it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah.
If you love it, love it. If you want to wear it, wear it. I could go on for days.
Seriously. I've been seeing a bunch of videos about that where it's like listed all of the trends we've had so far in the past like 6 months and all the aesthetics. And I'm like, I'm tired.
I'm exhausted. And
I catch myself thinking that too. I'm like, oh, clean girl aesthetics out. Like, does that mean no more slick backs? No.
What even is that? What
Clean girl aesthetic is like gold hoops, a slick back bun, like a plain colored top, straight leg jeans, and like, I don't know what shoes, but just like very simple. Yeah. You smell, like someone who you're like, oh my gosh, you look like you smell so good. Like they're just like clean looking.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's all made up, you know, like, oh my gosh, the freaking hair colors. Let's go back to the drawing board. There's blonde, there's brown, there's black, there's not chocolate covered graham cracker brown. Like, there's not dark chocolate cherry milkshake brown. Like,
dog poop on the bottom of my shoe brown.
You can't, like, that is one thing where I'm like, okay, we've taken it too far. Like,
honestly,
there is not honey butter graham cracker.
Cowgirl copper.
I think that's the video that I saw someone say it. They were like, this isn't cowgirl copper. This is Auburn. Like, this is Auburn.
Abraham Lincoln Court. You know what I mean? Like, Abraham Lincoln's on the penny, right? Copper.
Oh. I was thinking like platinum gray.
Oh, slay.
But that's the thing, is it's like, it's so like, what does that even mean? Like, they're just making it up.
Like, I'm sorry for the headphone users, but I'm so sorry. That's how I feel. I just want to scream. I want to scream.
It's all made up for us to eat it up. Because they just know.
Consumerism.
You're
it is
right.
Consumerism. It's like, I'm like convinced that it's just companies, they are going out of their way for new trends and aesthetics to be in, so then people will buy more stuff. It is consumerism. If you have that one pair of jeans that fit you really well, you don't need to buy 15 more. Hello? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Daggone it.
Oh my God, I got you really fired up.
I know. I'm good. I'm chill.
She's like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, like screaming in the microphone. No, I'm chilling.
But I think I'm feeling a lot more like, oh, thank God, because I think people are starting to realize how ridiculous social media has gotten. Like, aren't a lot of your videos about people saying like, let's relax, like, let's not buy every single trend that we see, let's not go to Target and spend $500 every week, let's not feel like we have to get a new car because everyone else is getting a new car, like, let's take it back a little bit, like, yeah, we need to do that.
Let's take it down a few notches.
We need to be less,
thank you.
Yeah, less serious about social media and like this perfect world that's being portrayed that we feel like we have to like fit into, you know, and more so about like the real world that you do live in every single day, and that like you have to deal with. So what you wear, what you eat, what you say, the songs you listen to, the places you go should all be defined by you and not, well, they're doing it, so like I have to.
Right. Period. Mic drop. Don't actually drop your mic, but like.
I know. When I was saying that, I was like, wow, the words are flowing.
I love that. It's like when you can just like turn your brain off and just word vomit, but everything makes sense.
Just girly things.
The piece de resistance.
Seriously. Oh my gosh, it's been an hour already.
I know.
So soon?
Y'all are going to see our faces, actually.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yay.
Yes. Okay, I forgot about it. Finally. For the first, like, 10 minutes, I was, like, a little... Eek.
I was, too. Because I was, like, I keep, like, looking at myself. I keep, like, my eyes keep going and, like, looking at myself. Because, like, I have to... My face is so animated that I have to watch my facial expressions. Because sometimes, like, you can see it on my face. So I have to be, like, you know what I mean? So I was nervous, but... Well,
no, I feel like that's what makes it fun. Like, definitely some of the things you were saying, I was like...
Yeah.
Like, you serious right now? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch this back. Wow, this is a good one. We love you guys so much.
We love you all. We gotta plug the Instagram.
Yes.
We gotta plug it. So our Instagram is the latest BS. We are still in the process / drawing board for merch. I don't want to talk about it. It's definitely still.
We haven't talked about it.
We have not talked about it at all. We talked about it for like maybe a millisecond before we started, but other than that, like it's still up here. So
we're getting there.
We need to go over our options and everything. So we need to pencil each other in.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we'll get there.
Instagram, latest BS. We love y'all so much. This has been so much fun. I love the fact that we're recording now.
I know. This will be on YouTube. So that's where you can find us from now on. Yeah. Because I don't think you can put can you put video on Spotify and like stuff like that?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I think if it's like YouTube's sponsored by Spotify, then maybe, but like we're not.
Yeah. Manifesting. We are sponsored by Spotify. We're just gonna put that out there because maybe one day.
Yeah.
Brittany's like, we're gonna get sued. Don't say that.
Yeah, it's like I wasn't a part of this. Please don't drag me down. I'm being held hostage.
No, it's whatever.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's whatever. Okay. Well, we love you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Bye. Slay.